right, so we're going to start with a little meditation. So if you'd like to find a comfortable seated position, just upright sitting. You can sit any way that is good for you. No special way to sit is required. And we'll just spend a few minutes breathing and getting centered. So allow your eyes to close. Let your jaw relax. So the lower jaw just hangs down a little bit. There's space in between your upper teeth and lower teeth. And allow the breath to flow through the nose. Just a little bit slower, a little bit deeper than you would normally breathe. And as you continue to pay attention to your breath, I'm going to start us off with a traditional yoga chant that is used in the beginning of any teaching session, whether it's a physical asana practice or philosophy teaching session, which we're not doing today, but it's a prayer that the teacher and student will have a good relationship, that there will be no hatred between us, that our work together will be enthusiastic and productive. So you can just pay attention to your breath and listen to the traditional Sanskrit student-teacher prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And the word Shanti, you may know already, means peace. So maybe just spend a few breaths now focusing on allowing peace to enter your body through the breath. And maybe feeling that on each exhale, anything that obstructs that peace is allowed to leave your body. Feeling the shoulders relax a little bit more. Letting the belly relax. And at the same time, keeping that integrity in the spine, keeping the lift, the buoyancy, so that we have both relaxation as well as steadiness, stability. And as we go into our yoga poses today, we'll try to keep those two actions together. Steadiness, stability on the one hand, and on the other hand, peace and relaxation and ease. So now we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. And if you need a cushion for your knees, you can place one underneath the knees. And for the hands, if you have any wrist issues, you can be on your fists. But hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we'll start with a cat's breath. So as you inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And as you exhale, round your spine, draw the chin into the chest, engage the abdominals. And continue that with your own breath several times. Inhaling, opening the front of the body. Exhaling, stretching the back body. Let your jaw relax completely and start to synchronize your movement and your breath. Few more like this, and you can start to customize it for your own body. So if you feel a certain spot that feels really good, you can pause there. If there's some side body that wants to open. So just allowing a little bit more free movement, staying with the same basic undulation of the spine, but really making it your own so that it serves your body today. And now we're going to add something to this. When you inhale and lift your head and lift your tailbone, we're going to bring the left knee to the center and lift that right leg up behind you. And just do this to the degree that you want to. You could have it pretty low, or you could lift it a lot higher. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the knee into the chest, use the abdominals, and then inhale and reach the leg back up behind you. So still keeping that undulation with the spine, and now we're using the leg to build a little bit more heat. And if that winds up being too much for you with the leg, you just stay with the previous movement. Relax your jaw and keep moving with your own breath. Focusing on the sensations that you feel in your body. So the awareness that we cultivate in all of our yoga poses, in all of our movements, that's actually the most important part of the yoga practice, the awareness. One more. When you reach up and back, let's stay there for a breath. And then draw that knee in, and we'll stay there for one breath. And then set it down. Before we do the other side, we're going to child's pose. So bring your knees wide, big toes together. Sit back. Relax, stretch your arms out in front of you, relax the head down. Come back up to hands and knees. We'll take a few cat's breaths before we add in the left leg. So just inhaling, arching the spine. Exhale, round the spine. And feeling the difference between your two sides right now. So on the next one, we're going to bring the knees to the center. And when you're ready with the inhale, inhale the leg back and up, lifting your heart and your head. Exhale, knee into the chest, round the spine, use your abs. Relax your jaw and keep going. If you need to go slower, if you need to take a break at any time, you can just always pause and come back when you're ready. Last few here. Feeling how your muscles are changing. What feels different as we continue? Building that heat in the core. Inhale and reach back and up and hold that for one breath. And then bring the knee into the chest. Hold that for one breath. And then we'll sit back in child's pose again. Big toes together, knees wide. Stretch the arms out, relax down. Okay, slowly making your way to a seated position now. So we'll do a twist. And you can take this a few different ways. I'll give different options here. You can just sit cross-legged, kind of any position that feels good to you, that works. If you would like to do a half lotus, you can bring the right leg on top, not required. And then we're going to be twisting to the right. So you bring your right hand behind you on the floor on your fingertips, left hand on the right knee. Inhale and lift up first. Lift up through the heart, lift up through the crown of the head, and then exhale and twist to your right. And some of you, if you're more advanced and you want to reach around with the right hand behind and clasp that foot, or you can clasp your waistband. And that can give you a stretch through the right shoulder. So take a very deep breath into the rib cage. Expanding the ribs with the inhale, exhale, twisting maybe a little bit more. Last breath here. And then slowly release back to center. And we're going to change the legs. So if you just have regular cross-legged, you just put the other one on the outside. If you're doing the half lotus, you bring your left foot on top. And now the left hand goes behind us on the fingertips so that you use that arm to lift your chest. Right hand on the left knee. Inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, twist to your left. Maybe reaching around, this is more advanced, and either grabbing the waistband with the left hand or the foot. Focus on getting taller, lifting up through the chest, lift up through the crown of the head. And that's before you twist too deeply. You can lift up higher before the twist, and then keeping that height, keeping the space inside, exhale and twist deeper. So last huge breath into your rib cage. Spread the ribs with your inhale. And then exhale and release. Okay, so one more thing seated here, and you can change your seat and sit however you like for some pranayama. Going into kapalbhati, breath of fire. So this one is pumping. You're using the belly muscles to pump, and you're creating a sharp exhale through the nose. And we'll do a few rounds. We'll take breaks in between. So bring all your awareness to your belly, and if you're fairly new to this, you can actually bring a hand to your belly, and that'll help you focus your awareness here. It's usually when we're exhaling through the nose, we're thinking about doing it here, but I want you to think about doing it from down here. So jaw relaxed, take an inhale, and when you're ready, begin. And then exhale, just letting all the breath out, emptying the lungs. And then taking a few natural breaths. So the hand is on the belly to sort of make sure that the belly is moving, so that that's where the power is coming from, not from your nostrils. And the inhale's passive. You don't have to try to inhale. When your belly relaxes, the air comes in. So you just focus on the exhale only. Second round, 2 out of 3. Take an inhale and begin. And then exhale. So just make it a slow exhale. All the breath out, emptying the lungs as much as you can. And then take a few natural breaths. And just notice the effects. Notice how you feel in your body. And notice also your state of mind. So last round, lengthen up a little bit. Sometimes from all that belly contraction, we get a little crunch down. So lift again through the chest, roll the shoulders back and down, lift up through the crown of the head. Take a deep inhale and begin. Last round. And then exhale. Emptying out the lungs. Relaxing the jaw and the face. Maybe pausing at the end of that exhale and just having a second or two with no breath. And then inhaling and breathing naturally, feeling the clarifying effects of kapalbhati, skull shining. right, please come to standing. And you can stand feet together. You can stand feet hip distance, whatever feels comfortable for you. You do want to have your toes pointed straight ahead, so you can look down at your feet and have the feet parallel. Bring the hands together at your heart. We're going to do a little bit of movement and breath synchronization. And first, with the hands together at the heart, just take a moment. Let your eyes close. Breathe into your body. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, set an intention. What would you like to get from your yoga practice? What qualities would you like to cultivate in your body, in your mind? And you can set that intention with your breath. So sending the intention on your breath to every cell in your body. Take that huge breath and feel the oxygen, the prana going to every corner of the body. Okay, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let the arms relax down by your sides. And on your next inhale, reach the arms out and up. And you can even gaze up if it feels okay for your neck. Heart lifting. Exhale, palms come together and draw down through the center line. All the way down. So this is going to be our movement with our breath. The inhale sweeps the arms out and up. Opening the shoulders and the chest. And the exhale draws the hands down through the center. You can bring the elbows a little bit closer together. We'll give you a good stretch through all the way down. So when you first start this, you might be just pacing yourself with me. But as we start to go along, you can let your eyes close now that you've got the movement. Let your eyes close and start to synchronize your own breath and your own movement. So that at the end of the exhale, that's when your arms are at the bottom. And at the end of the inhale, that's when your palms touch above. So you might need to slow down the movement a little bit or slow down the breath a little bit. And it might take a while to get this. Sometimes it takes more than just one session. Synchronizing breath and movement is actually pretty advanced when we start to practice with it. Let the jaw relax, the face relax. Few more, just really allowing that entrainment to occur. Eventually, after you practice this for a while, you start to feel that your arms are moved by your breath. Last one. Wonderful. Good job. All right. Let's now step to the back of your mat. So we're going to start at the back of the mat. We're going to go into some prostrations. So these are called pranams, and they are actually the precursor to sun salutations. So they're a little simpler, and we'll start with a few variations, and then we'll get into some rhythmic prostrations, which will raise your heart rate a little bit. So for now, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And lean back a little bit. Engage through the legs, strong legs, lift the heart up to the sky. And then exhale, forward bend, fold down. And you can have your feet hip distance, especially if your hamstrings are a little tighter. You can have your knees bent. Take a breath here, let the neck relax all the way. And then from here, bend your knees and start to walk the hands out. Come down onto your knees. Walk the hands all the way forward and lay down onto your belly. Bring your hands in front of you. Forehead comes down onto the mat. And just take a breath and relax there. Palms together, palms come kind of to the back of your neck. And then bring the hands under the shoulders. Press back up onto hands and knees. And now we're going to be on hands and knees and come back. Toes are curled under. And on hands and knees, so you're getting a good toe stretch there. If you can't do that, it's okay to be up on your knees a little bit higher. And we're lifting the chest to the sky. And then come forward again. Walk the hands out. This is Anahatasana. The hips are directly over the knees. This is a shoulder stretch. The hands walk out in front of you. Relax the chest towards the ground. Relax the head towards the ground. Elbows could be down or up, whatever feels better. Okay, and then walk the hands back. We're going back up to standing. So just taking that as you can and making your way all the way up to standing. This time, once you're standing, bring your hands to your lower back and use your hands to support as you press the pelvis forward and lift the heart to the sky. This can just be a gentle back bend, or it could be deeper if you're practicing this regular. Take a deep inhale, heart lifts. And as we forward bend, this time massage the backs of the legs. Bring the hands to the hamstrings, and you're just sliding the hands down, touching yourself gently with encouragement to the forward bend. Relax your neck. Take a breath in the forward bend. And then bend the knees and start to walk the hands out. So the same variation, toes are curled under, sit back, or whatever you can manage here is fine. Relax the arms down, unfurl your chest to the sky. That's the inhale. And then exhale, fold forward, stretch the arms out. Anahatasana, shoulder stretch. Slide through onto the belly now, full prostration. Stretch the body out, stretch the arms out in front of you, forehead down, bend the elbows, prayer hands come to the back of the neck. And then hands under the shoulders, pressing back. And making our way all the way to standing. Walk the hands back, curl the feet under, come all the way up. Bring the hands to the lower back for that back bend. Press the hips forward. Lift the chest. Exhale, forward bend. Massage the backs of the legs. Couple breaths in forward bend this time. And your knees can be bent, or you can have straight legs. And then bending the knees a lot, walking the hands out. Bring the knees down. Curl the toes under. Lift the chest up. Heart to the sky. And then reach the arms forward. Walk them out. Hips over the knees. They also call this puppy dog pose. It's kind of like downward dog in the upper body. It's a deeper stretch for the shoulders though. And then slide through onto the belly. Stretching all the way out, stretching the arms out, bend the elbows, forehead down, and relax completely here. Really surrender your body into the floor. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Walking back. This time pause on hands and knees. So we're going to add in something else here. I'm going to start with the first variation. Uncurl your toes, have your feet, tops of the feet flat on the floor. We're going to inhale and arch the spine, kind of like we did with cat's breath. And then exhale and sink back into child's pose. Spine rounds. Inhale, come up onto hands and knees. Arch the spine. Exhale, go back. Twice more like that. Now this time when you come onto hands and knees, we're going to kick it up a notch for those who want to. So curl your toes under, and you're going to keep the same position of the body, but lift your knees off the ground. Okay, so you're hovering here, and you can feel when you lift your knees off the ground, you start to really engage the abs. So this time, inhale, we're not going to arch, we're just staying here. And then exhale, the knees stay lifted, and scoot the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, come forward. So if you want to stay with the previous one with the knees down, then you stay with that one. Exhale, go back. This one is going to burn your quads a lot. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, go back. So it's excellent for the quads, for the abdominals. And we're just going to build that heat. And notice the discomfort that you may feel in the quads. Send your energy there. We'll do 2 more. Yes, they should be burning a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Last one. Stay with it if you can. And then set the knees down. Good. Sit back. Take that heart opener to the sky. And then we're going to come all the way up to standing. Shifting your legs all the way up. Reaching up. And then hands come to the lower back. This time when we take the back bend, you can feel stretching the whole front of the body, including the quads, to help release from that. And then come up to standing. Okay, so now we're going to go into the prostration practice without any of those variations. We're just going from here down to full out on the ground and back up. And we'll do it 10 to 15 times. So you take a break anytime you want, and I'm going to give you some variations to make it harder if you want those. So let's begin. Oh, and also as we do this, if you want to think of it as your body prayer, like you're bowing down to whatever it is you bow to in life. Whatever you love, whatever you devote yourself to, bring that into your practice now and use your body to make that prayer. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, come down. So the easiest, simplest way is just to kneel down and walk your hands out and lower yourself down. And then we go right back up, so we don't wait there. Walk the hands back, stretch up, reach up, exhale, come down. Okay, so the faster you go, the more of a body prayer it is. If you want to make this more challenging for yourself, you don't bring the knees down, you walk the hands out, and then you lower yourself down in a push-up. And then you can lift yourself up in a push-up and walk the hands back. Okay, so take whatever variations you need to take. Do what feels good in your body. Don't hurt your body. Take them as slow as you want. Take them as fast as you want. Breathe deep. Relax your jaw. Keep your awareness, your presence in your body. So last few. Last one. So we'll go down one more time to stay in the prostration. Make your way down and just rest. Full body against the earth. Feel that earth beneath you no matter how far away it is. Still connecting to that grounded earth energy. And slowing your breath down. Okay. So from here, bring your elbows under your shoulders. For Sphinx pose. So the elbows right under the shoulders, the forearms parallel to each other. And just bring that back bend into your spine, letting your belly sink down, your heart lift up. And slowly turn your head, looking over one shoulder and then the other. Just releasing the neck. And then maybe moving the neck around any way that feels good. Tilting it forward or back. You can move, trace a figure eight with the tip of your nose. Good, okay. And then from here, make your way back up onto hands and knees. We're going to take the quad exercise one more time. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees up. Or you're going to stay with the cat's breath to child's pose. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, going back. Hips towards the heels. Knees don't touch the ground. Or your knees are on the ground and you're going back to child's pose. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. 3 more. Slow breath, slow movement, jaw relaxed. Last one. Good, okay. So release onto hands and knees, and we're going to make our way up to standing once again. And this time, we'll come to the front of the mat into our more modern sun salutations. And we'll start with Surya Namaskar A. Hands together at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. You can do that standing back bend again if you like. Exhale, forward bend. Folding down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, plank pose. Bend your knees, bring your hands down, and step back. So let's hold plank for 3 breaths. And you may do this with your knees down. Just keep the hips in line with the knees and the shoulders. Or you can do this with your knees up. Last breath. And then we'll lower all the way down. For Cobra, Bhujangasana, a low cobra. Move your hands forward. So they're in front of the shoulders, 6 inches to a foot. Elbows lift up off the ground, but they're bent. So you're not locking out, not like that, but like that. Shoulders down away from the ears. Draw the heart forward, deep inhale. And then exhale, lower down. We're going back to downward dog, hands under the shoulders. And press back. You can go to hands and knees first. And then straighten the legs, hips to the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana. So just feel your downward dog. Take several breaths. We'll work on the alignment later. Now just get a visceral sense of your body in this pose. Good, look forward. And you can either step or jump, feet to the hands. Inhale and lift the heart. So we're flattening the back out, hands to the legs, and then exhale, fold into the forward bend, rounding. Always bending your knees as much as you need to. And now rise up on inhale. Heart to the sky. Exhale, forward bend, right into our next Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plank. Again, 3 breaths in your plank. Draw the belly in. Press the hands down. Press the ground away from you. There's even a little bit of rounding in the upper back. Notice if you're drooping. And try to really press ground away from you. Deep inhale. Exhale, lower down. Low cobra, hands in front. Elbows lift up off the ground. Keep bending those elbows. Draw the shoulders down. Deep inhale. Pull the heart forward. And then exhale, lower down. Place your hands under your shoulders. Press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So now we'll talk more about the alignment. Please have your hands as wide as your mat so the pinkies touch the edges of your mat. Spread your fingers out as much as possible. Get a hand stretch. That's how much you stretch your fingers out from each other. Press down through the knuckle of the index finger. Press down through all the fingers. Take some of that weight off your wrists. The wrists are still down, but you're just putting weight. You're pushing into the fingers, the knuckles. Relax your neck. Jaw relaxed, very deep breaths. Make a little space around the neck so your shoulders aren't squeezing up towards the ears. Straighten out the legs and reach the heels towards the ground. They may never reach it. They don't have to. Last breath. Then look forward, step or jump, feet to the hands. Inhale, lift your heart halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Coming up to standing. Engage the glutes, lift your heart to the sky. And we'll do one more Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, plank. Taking our 3 breaths in plank, building strength. Setting your knees down if you like, if you need. And then on exhale, lowering all the way down. You can move your hands forward, it's recommended, or you can keep them there. If you're more advanced in your back bend, inhale, lift the heart, shoulders down, elbows bent. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All that same alignment. Work on your hands. Work on really getting that weight distributed through all parts of the hand. Neck relaxed, jaw relaxed. And then turn the sit bones up towards the sky. Bend your knees to get this. Bend your knees a little bit here. And feel your sit bones turning up towards the sky. Keep that in the pelvis as much as you can as you straighten the legs again. Heels reaching down towards the ground. One more full deep breath. And then look forward, step or jump, feet to the hands. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Reaching back, heart to the sky. And this time we'll stand, drawing the hands together at the heart. And just pause here, standing, let the eyes close. And just notice what you're feeling in your whole body. Take a few slow breaths. From here, we're going to make our way onto the mat on our backs for abdominals. So just lay on your back and hug your knees in. Take a little resting moment here. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side, massaging the back. Good. Okay, and now we're going to interlace your hands behind your right leg and extend your right leg to the sky. Actually, extend both legs to the sky, but hands are interlaced around the right leg. So you're going to get a little bit of a hamstring stretch on this right side. You can pull the leg towards you a little and slowly lower that left leg down towards the mat. Don't lower it to the ground though, just hover it and then slowly back up. So we're going to do that a few times. You could go with your breath, exhaling down, inhaling up. And you can keep it like that. If you want to make it a little more challenging, then you can lift up through the upper body to engage more of your abs. Just do what works for you. If the back is tender here, then you can keep laying down. One more on this side. And then release that. We'll take happy baby before we do the other side. Hold on to the arches of the feet. Bend your knees. This is a hip opener. If you can't reach your feet, hold your ankles, or you can hold the backs of the legs. But just knees wider than the rib cage, so you're getting a nice hip opener. Okay, extend both legs to the sky once again. Interlace your hands behind the left leg, so you're getting that. And anywhere, it can be behind the hamstring, behind the knee. Just the more flexible you are, the closer to the ankle you can get. And then we'll slowly, on exhale, lower that right leg towards the floor and bring it back up. You can also, so if you're keeping your head and your shoulders on the ground, one of the ways you can make it just a little more challenging is by straightening the leg all the way. And by the same token, you can make it easier by bending the knee, lowering it and raising it with the knee bent. You can straighten it and really arch the foot and spread the toes. And if you want to make it even harder, you can lift the head and shoulders up off the ground. Relax that jaw. 2 more. And release. This time, set both feet down for bridge. So feet are flat on the floor, close to your hips. Your feet should be no wider than your body. So I find the best alignment for most people is about 1 foot between your feet, 1 foot apart. Toes pointed straight ahead like when we were standing. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your body. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale and lift your pelvis up off the floor. As you do that, tuck your tailbone. Engage the glutes. And press the pelvis into the sky. Now, if you have a block and you want to place a block under your tailbone, you can do that. It'll be more of a restorative bridge. Without the block, we're building a lot of strength through our legs and our glutes and our back body. So as you inhale, feel the chest lifting towards the chin. And as you exhale, keep that lift. Keep the chest lifted. Probably having some burning legs and quads again, so just breathe into that. Send your energy there. And you can lift your toes here if you like. Keep the ball of the foot down into the mat, and only the toes lift up, building the arches and the muscles of the feet. One last breath, deep inhale. Exhale slowly, bring the upper back down. So we descend very slowly, tucking the tailbone, set the middle back down. Tuck the tailbone, set the lower back down. Good. All the way. And then once you're down, you can cross that right ankle over the left knee for figure 4 hip opener. And then you're going to hold on to the left leg and pull it towards you. So right ankle crossed over left knee, and left leg, you're drawing it towards you. You can hold either behind the hamstring or around the front of the knee. Should be feeling the right hip getting a stretch here. So breathe into that right hip. If you want to rock a little side to side, you can do that. And then release that side, change sides. Left ankle crosses over right knee and hug the right knee in. And then release that side. So now we're going to make our way back up to sitting for the closing meditation. So if you have a cushion or something, we'll be sitting probably for about 7 minutes, so not real long, but you do want to be comfortable. Meditation, I really feel, is the most fruitful practice out of all the practices in yoga. And there really isn't much that you have to do here. Let your eyes close. You don't even have to sit cross-legged. You could sit in a chair or a couch. The main thing is that your spine is upright. You're not leaning back against anything. Unless you have a back injury or something, then you can. But let that jaw relax. I just always like to dispel the myth at the beginning of meditation that you are supposed to clear your mind. You're not supposed to clear your mind. There's not really anything that you're supposed to do. The 3 guidelines that I use for myself when meditating are to be physically still, to commit myself to physical stillness. Second thing is to allow everything to be just as it is. So have no resistance to any experience that occurs during the meditation. And the third thing is that if I find my mind wandering, to simply bring it back to the present moment, to paying attention to what is happening right now. And breath can be natural. Jaw and face relaxed. So from here we're going to make our way to Shavasana, final resting pose, laying on your back. So you can remove your cushion and just slowly, whatever stillness you have inside now, take it with you as you shift down into laying down. And you can give yourself any support there that you need, maybe putting the cushion under your knees. Maybe a cover for your eyes, whatever you have handy to make yourself more comfortable. And I'm going to do another couple Sanskrit prayers in the beginning of your Shavasana, and then I'll leave you in silence before we close. And the first one is the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from the finite to the infinite. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. And then this last one is the peace mantra. May all beings be well. May all beings be at peace. May all beings know fullness. May all beings be blessed. May all beings be happy. Sarvesham svastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. just noticing your natural breath here. And feeling all the sensations you can feel in your body. And noticing the sounds around you. All of these things that you can notice are part of the present moment. They're part of your Shavasana, they're part of your yoga practice, they're part of your meditation. Nothing is a distraction. So you can start to move any way your body wants to move. Start to move your fingers, your toes. You can do bigger movements if you like. Just in your own time, slowly now, making your way up to seated position. And we'll have the final close of our practice. And you can stay in Shavasana, of course, as long as you like if you want to. I always close my practice with an Om, and you are welcome to join me if you like. We'll take a deep inhale. Thank you for practicing with me.
Thank you, Shiva.
You're welcome. So good to
Thank
have
you
you
so
guys.
much.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. How'd it go?
Good.
Did you guys hang in there?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.